play Roblox, send this to your parents. I'll wait. Alright, hey parents. So, as you know, your kid plays Roblox. And there is a reason why they sent you this video. They were wondering if you can get them Robux. Now, before you say no, they have been really good. And when you asked them to do something, they did it right away. And they really wanted to change their avatar and get new things. So, I advise you to get them Robux. They will be very, very, very grateful. And they'll be able to customize their avatar and get new things. And between me and you know they deserve it.
I was like 5 and my brother was like 8. He and I would fight like all the time. It would drive my mom insane. So this one time we were driving in the car and we were fighting, and then my mom like pulled over off the side of the road and then was like, if you guys start fighting one more time, I'm gonna drop you off the side of the road. I just completely ignored her and we started fighting again. As soon as we started fighting again, then she again pulled off on the side of the road and was like, get out of my car. And we were like, huh? And so we got out of the car. We were probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks away from my house. And then my mom drove away. And just as my mom like drove away, my grandma came driving through and she saw us. So my mom's plan was to drive around the corner like, just to scare us and to pick us back up. But my grandma saw us and she picked us up and she was like, what happened? We were like, our mom dropped us off the side of the road.
Having a bad day, I just thought it'd be nice for you to know that a girl who used to be in my class posted a thing to her story that was like, oh, like, honest opinions about me, please. And she responded to her own story and said, oh my gosh, you're the Heather. Queen Heather. You are the main character. You are so pretty and talented. This would have been fine if she didn't screenshot her own response and post it on her and post it to her story with her username still clearly attached. She was so in character. She was like, oh my god, you guys, stop. Like, why does everyone think I'm the Heather?
Mother's first language is Spanish, so sometimes when I talk to her in English, she'll forget a word or two, but not a problem. She'll just create new words no one else was brave enough to use. She took my little cousins to the mall once, and this is what she told me when she got back. She was like, it was so cute. I took the kids on one of those, El Horse Tornado or whatever. You know what it is. I'm sorry. El Horse Tornado? I'm gonna need you to elaborate. And she was like, you know what I'm talking about. You put that attitude down, you put it down. I was like, okay, putting it down. Sorry. She said, don't try me. I'll kick your ass. And I was like, you don't need to kick my ass. Just put me in a horse tornado. I'll be terrified. You think you're funny? Mom, how would you act if someone said that to you in Spanish? Tornado de caballos. That sounds horrifying. She was like, okay, that's pretty funny. Merry-go-round, by the way.
Why is there always that one person that thinks you are constantly copying them? Like I wore French braids yesterday. And I know I don't normally, but this girl from my class, let's call her Melissa, fully comes up to me saying, why do you always do what I do? Just be yourself for once. Like, huh? Melissa, I didn't even think of you whilst doing my hair, okay? Oh, and when we were doing a test, I was sat next to her, and I looked up daydreaming because I was probably done or something. But she literally told the teacher to move me because I kept on peeking at her paper. Not everything is about you, okay?
One day, we were in class. I was in band at the time, and the classroom phone rang. And the teacher went and he answered the phone. He got really serious. He got this really concerned, shocked look on his face, and he hung it up and he turned to us and he said, everybody sit down, be quiet. The bell's going to ring in a couple minutes. You're going to stay seated. And then he went over to the doors and he locked them. First, some of us were like, well, is it a bomb threat? Because we used to get bomb threats all the time. But then we realized that doesn't make sense because when we get a bomb threat, they evacuate us. And then we're like, is there some type of killer in the school? Is there a weather alert? The teacher wouldn't answer any questions. He was told not to. And the bell rang. We all stayed seated and we sat there for a really, really long time. And then the next bell rang, which means a whole other class period had passed, and still he said stay seated. And I can't tell you how long we were trapped in this room and nobody was telling us what was going on.
Can't be the only one where if you go over to a friend's house and you are starving, absolutely starving, but you're too scared to ask for some food because, you know, you feel like rude if you just say, oh, can I just help myself to your fridge and your snacks? But then the mum comes up and asks if you want any food. You're too shy to say yes or no, so you are praying that your friend makes the answer for you and makes the answer yes. But then she says, no, we're not hungry. Excuse me, Vanessa. When did I say I wasn't hungry? Excuse me, Vanessa.
Why people in my class are so energetic at like 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay, they're all laughing, having fun, whilst I look like an ugly rat. they're looking fresh as a daisy, just came out the freaking shower, and I look like, I don't know, I haven't slept in months. I also get cranky in the mornings because stupid school and my alarm interrupted my lovely dream with Shrek.
Teachers just really get on my nerves, you know? I don't know what planet they're on, but they definitely are just built different. Here's an example. When you need to go to the toilet, you politely put your hand up and say, "Miss, can I go to the toilet?" "No, you should have gone at lunch." "I'm sorry, Karen, but I can't control my bladder. You know, at lunch, when I'm eating and drinking, it gets digested, and then later on, I need to go to the toilet. It will take me 5 minutes at max. Probably not even 5 minutes. Considering our lessons are like an hour long, I'm sure that's not too much of an issue, is it?" And then sometimes they're just like, "Okay, but you need to wait until so-and-so gets back." I need to go to the toilet. I don't care about talking to anyone. I want to go to the toilet. I don't care about that. What do you think we're going to do in there? Just sit and chat for the rest of the lesson? No.
When I was like 12 years old, I discovered that wine was made with fermented grape juice. So I snuck into the kitchen and got a bottle of Welch's grape juice and thought, wouldn't it be so adult if I had a bottle of wine in my closet? And I checked on it every day to see if it had turned into wine yet, and then eventually just forgot about it. And then like a year later, I rediscovered it and thought, oh my God, there's a bottle of wine in my closet. And I thought, now is the moment. So I opened it up and it smelled disgusting. And I was like, are you ready to be an adult or not? So I put the bottle to my lips and this like disc of mold slid into my mouth. And I thought, I guess I'm not ready to be an adult.
If you can't relate to this video, I cannot explain how jealous I am. So remember in elementary school when the teacher would leave the room for 3 seconds and the class would all go recess hyper mode? Say, for example, Mr. James had to go talk to the teacher next door. Then, all of a sudden, the class would be running around, paper planes would be thrown around, they'd be screaming, and it would just be hyper. And then, when Mr. James comes back, everyone's teleported back to their seats all of a sudden, and they're goody two-shoes. What?
As a kid, I was obsessed with serial killers. And in 4th grade, we had to do a project that was who inspires you the most. And I obviously just didn't know what that word meant and came to school and everyone was like, oh, my mom inspires me the most because she makes the best apple pie. And then they called on me and my teacher was like, okay, Jamie, who inspires you the most? And I said, Jack the Ripper. And my teacher was like, okay, why does Jack the Ripper inspire you the most? And I said, because he never got caught.
You know, one of those really annoying teachers that when they ask the class a question and like 10 other people have their hands up, but they just have to choose you. And it turns out you haven't actually been paying any attention to the lesson, so you have no clue what the hell the answer is and just end up embarrassing yourself by either saying a completely wrong answer or just saying, I don't know, which also makes the teacher hate you even more than they already do. So now you have no chance on passing any tests marked by them. No? Just me? Okay.
And for the people that can bite into their ice cream, how does it feel to live my dream? Because if I even think about using my teeth, my entire body sends out an Amber Alert. It's like my teeth start screaming, so I gotta lick the same spot 50 times. Meanwhile, you're out here, what? Chomping like the Chuck E. Cheese ticket machine? You know how strong my tongue is from not being able to use my teeth? I got the tongue of a... Actually, I'm not going to say that.
I'm pretty sure my parents have very selective hearing. I would be there minding my own business, doing my own thing, right? And then I would hear my mom screaming my names from the bottom of the stairs. So I would go like, what? Really loudly. And so many times, but she literally wouldn't be able to hear me. Then I would have to go down and my mom would just be there asking, oh, what are you doing? But when it's like 2 a.m. in the morning and I'm calling my friends, whispering, barely making a sound, basically just breathing, she would already be storming to my bedroom, half asleep, yelling at me to shut up. How does this work? I'm not the type of person that gets scared easily,
I love horror movies. I'll watch it all day, all night. I literally don't flinch at the jump scares. But do you know one thing that makes my soul jump out of my body? Dad sneezes. It's something about them. They make them so loud. It's so unnecessary. They literally go like, achoo! And you don't know when it's coming because it's so sudden. Like, are you trying to summon a demon or something? I guess this could just be me because I do inside quiet sneezes. But I swear, every single dad I know does this.